Hey, gang, welcome back. Great to be with you again on a Saturday morning. Hope everybody had a great week. Hope your Saturday morning's going good so far. Mine, number one, it's cold down here. Number two, my son just discovered that the outside faucet is leaking on the house. So we got to get that fixed. So, yay. Having a great start to the Saturday. But anyway, this is what we look forward to. At least I do. I hope you guys do. I know Shannon does. Unfortunately, Shannon can't be with us this morning. He got called away to work and going to make some extra money for his habit, just like the rest of us do. So he's here in spirit, though. So hopefully you guys will be able to suffer through the show with just me. I appreciate it. And we're going to look at stuff that I recently got from both my local comic shop and stuff that I got off of eBay and whatnot. Gonna kind of go all over the place here. And we're actually gonna have some LPs, some vinyls, some records to show, which is rare for me. I don't have a whole lot of records, at least not comic book related ones. And most of my albums are upstairs, and it's mostly country western or the Beach Boys, or I think I've got a couple of soundtracks, like one for Mary Poppins, because I just love the soundtrack to Mary Poppins. I don't know. I do. I just love it. That song, I Love to Laugh, kills me every time. My brother and I used to play it on our little record player, and we put the speed up really fast to when that song would come on, and it would just sound so funny. It's like the Munchkins were singing it or something, you know. So anyway, let's check out the ever popular Peanut Gallery this morning. See who's with us. Here we go. And Ranger Sly, good morning to you, sir. Hey, 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 it's Saturday morning and happy days are here again. Oh, bless you, brother. Love that. Love that. That's the way I feel. I'm hoping you guys feel the same. And we got Mastodon Comics and Music. Forgot to hit the bell, but I'm here anyway because I care. Good morning. Well, thank you very much, Mastodon. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. Glad you're here. And the professor, Mr. Eric Breen, is here this morning. Today's program is brought to you by Werther's Originals. Hey, I like Werther's Originals. I'm on board with that. I love that. Of course, I have to fight my wife off of those because she loves them, I think, more than I do. And Ranger Sly says, good morning to everybody in the Peanut Gallery. And there's Michael Taylor. Welcome, Michael. Good morning, sir. And he's saying hello. And Dr. Von Chilla, John, howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you, sir? Great to have you back. Always fun. Ranger Sly, I love this intro so much. Well, thank you very much. I can't take a whole lot of credit for it. All I did was put some slides together, and that video editor that comes, the software that comes with my computer, came with my computer, pretty much does the rest. I plug in the music, I plug in how long it's going to be, blah blah blah. But it's fun, and I love doing that kind of creative thing. In fact, one of the other things that I created probably a year ago, because I've been planning on doing this show with Shannon. We've been talking about it for probably 2 years, and finally I made the leap and said, yeah, let's do this. And you know, hopefully folks don't mind me taking up a little bit of their time. I'm so glad that you guys share your time on Saturday morning when there's a lot of other things you probably could be doing. But I thank you for stopping by here and hanging out with me and Shannon. I love this intro so much. Yes, sir. And then we got Werewolf by Lunchtime. Hey, guys. Good morning, sir. And saying hello, hello. Everybody's saying hello. I love it. I feel guilty just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Yeah, well, I've got two sweatshirts, two hoodies on, and my pizza hat here going on. And it's cold down here this morning. Let's see here, Dr. Matilda. Howdy, Michael. And hey, Werewolf. And hi, Michael. Love it, love it. I love to laugh. So everybody can hear. Absolutely, that's it. That's it, John. That's the one. And when they always go to the part where he goes, some only blast, bah, and when he does that, I mean, it sounds so funny. Some only blast, bah. It was just great. It was just great. Werewolf by lunch. A spoonful of sugar will kill you. So true. Coming from a diabetic. So, yes, sir. It's great that you guys know the songs from Mary Poppins. That's awesome because I figured I'd be a loner on that one. Mastodon today. You flying solo this morning, Doc? Yes, I am. Shannon got called into work because they had some bad weather up that way the past week or so. So he had to go into work. They're making him pull like a Saturday shift to help make up the workload and whatnot. So Shannon is doing that. He is here in spirit, but he is making money for his habit, which is the same habit we all have. So, and the Gray Man is here. Gray Man from across the pond. Welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you here again this morning. And Jackson Roy Cook. Good morning, folks. Better late than never. Oh, you're never too late. Long as you show up, we love it. We really appreciate it. Well, Mike, hey, Gray. Dr. Von Chilla, howdy, Gray Man. Well, Mike, hi, Jackson. And Michael Taylor, laughter is the best medicine. I firmly believe that. I really do. That's no lie. I firmly believe that. So, Vintage Gizmo. Welcome, sir. I'm not sure I recognize you, but I'm glad to have you here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support. And Dr. Manchilla, Jackson Roy Kirk is here. Everything is under control now. That's right, baby. Werewolf by lunchtime. No one under 50 is watching this. Yeah. I have no doubt that is exactly the case. Oh man, if I could, I'd jump on with you. Well, thank you very much, Holler. We're gonna try and make our way through, fumble through. Like I said, with Shannon in spirit here. I hope everyone is doing well this fine morning, says Mastodon. Absolutely. Whoops. Plants, peanut. I want to say Planters Peanuts when I see your name come up there. Plants, printed periodicals. There I go. Triple P. Greetings and salutations, sir. All right. I collect comics, toys, and sell on Whatnot auctions. So I figured I'd introduce myself. Well, welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you here. We'll have to check out your site and see what's going on. So definitely, everybody, check them out, sub them up. Mastodon Comics and Music. I once did a speech on why we need to laugh more. Oh, cool. Was that like in high school or something, or for something else? Jambo, hey Jambo, how you doing, brother? Welcome aboard this morning. Hey Jambo, Mastodon. I'm only 40, so call me a 1%er. Hey, that's awesome. That means you just got more years to collect comics than the rest of us. I envy you. All right, let's see here. We'll check a few more, and then we'll get to showing some comics here. Goodness gracious, everyone is coming in. I'm loving it. I really am serious when I say, I appreciate, we appreciate, both Shannon and I appreciate you folks when you stop in on a Saturday morning, because there is other things going on in our lives. And for you to take the time out of your day to spend some time with us, We really, really do appreciate it. It's so much fun. You guys make it so much fun as well, you know? Eric Green, Mastodon is the future. There you go. There you go. Michael, hello, sir. In college. Aha. Very good. Well, the big question is, how did you do on it? What'd you get for a grade? Mastodon is the baby of the group. There you go. Eric Green, LOL. Vintage Gizmo, comedy is the best. Only my wife doesn't like my joke. Only my wife doesn't like my joke. Well, your wife would not be alone there. I think my wife doesn't like my jokes either. I know my kids certainly don't. I get the old dad. That's a dad joke, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a dad. What do you want from me? You know. And I'm a sucker for good puns. I love to rip off good puns. Sometimes I wish I could have been around to collect books when they were a lot cheaper. Wow, yeah, I hear you there, brother. Nowadays, there some of them, man. I mean, really, when you stop and think about it, comic books are averaging what? What do they average? $4, $5 now? I mean, really, that's when you think about it. It's a well, this is a more modern one. It's just it's a regular comic book. They haven't really given you much more. They don't think they give you more papers, not more story pages or whatnot. But here we are paying $5 a book. Wow. Just think about where you were when you were buying books for 50 cents, right? Or 40 cents or 35 cents. Think about what you were thinking then, and then think, what if they told me I had to pay $5 for a comic? What would you say? I think you'd say the same thing I'd say. I don't think so. We'll catch you later. All right. What do we got here? Michael Taylor saying it's such a good feeling when you laugh uncontrollably. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's why I say it is the best medicine, man. I mean, how can you not, especially for me, I'm a Stooges fan, so I love watching the Stooges. Now, my wife, not so much. My kids, not so much. Maybe my son, he might lean a little towards them. He does. My kids do like Monty Python now. So maybe it's the British humor that they get or whatever. But I love Monty Python. So, all right. We're going to do a few more here, like I said, and then we'll get to showing some books. Silver Age is starting to get more expensive too. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Without a doubt. Dr. Vonchilla, I vividly recall the days when I could walk to the newsstand with $1 and come away with 5 comics. Oh, man. You think about those days. And then you look at what you spend now at a comic store, and I'm not saying what is out there today is bad, or at least all bad or whatever, or anything like that. I'm just talking just strictly price wise. It's just you think about it, and it's like we're so conditioned because we've gone along with it, every step of the way, and now we're just okay. We go to the comic store, and if I buy 5, 6, 7 books, okay, well, it's $35 or whatever, then you just okay, that's the cost of doing business, But boy, if you really stop and think, man, we used to pay 35 cents. Shoot, 12 cents. That's where I started, was they were 12 centers when I started buying them off the rack. So imagine, you could get, let's see, 4, 8 for $1, right? So, I mean, it's just crazy, but that's what we do to enjoy this hobby that we all love. So, all right. The paper quality is terrible in the new books. Yeah, well, I can't argue that point at all. Books, yes, sir. Shemp lives. Shemp and Curly. That's it. Shemp and Curly, but not Curly Joe, man, or Joe Bessie, whatever his name was. No, can't do him. So, all right. Interesting you mentioned the Stooges. That's what I opened my speech up with. There you go. Great minds, brother. Great minds. Jackson Roy Cook, 25-cent cover price is my sweet spot. There you go. Bronze Age, baby. Bronze Age. Okay. I could spend all day just going through the chat and chatting with you guys. I like the Stooges, but I prefer Iggy Pop's solo records. Okay. I'm lost on that one, Eric. You got to help me, brother. Iggy Pop. It wasn't Iggy Pop. For some reason, I was thinking David Bowie. I don't know why that name evokes memories of David Bowie. Eric Breen, LOL, and Raw Power, Eric. Okay. All right. So let's show some comics here. So I'm going to start off with the more modern stuff that I picked up at my local comic store. This is one thing. It's good that Howler Mouse is in the audience there, because this is something he's responsible for making me buy these days. That's right, Tim. You're responsible. That's it. And that's the Goon. Whenever I come across the Goon, and it seems like it's sporadically, I always pick them up because I just love the characters in this. I love the world that they've created for this character. It's kind of a weird pseudo 1940s or even earlier maybe type of place that's mixed with horror and monsters and whatnot. It's such a cool mixture of elements, and I really, really enjoy these characters. And I think, wasn't there going to be a movie or an animated feature of the Goon? And I remember hearing that about probably a year, 2 years ago, and I've never heard anything more about it. So, well, I'll put that right back there. And speaking of the Goon, here's another one. But it really is. If you don't, if you haven't read any of these, by all means, I really suggest at least try it out and see what you think, because I think it's very, very funny, and it's very good, very, very well written. I love the art that goes with it. I mean, it really is a fun read. It really is. So, and then I picked up this one here because this is as close as I'll get to an original, and that's Conan #1. I used to have, believe it or not, I had a Conan #1. A fella from my church, way back when I was probably just out of high school, maybe, he found out that I was collecting comics, and he said, "Hey, I got some comics in my garage in a box. You're more than welcome to them." So after church, swung down to his place, looked at them. Sure enough, this was one of them. He had one, I think it was 1, 2, and 3. And then he had an Avengers. I can't remember the number it is, but it's a black cover with Archon or Akron, however you say his name, the Thunderer there, up on top of like the Empire State Building, fighting the Avengers, and which is still in my collection. I still have that one in the collection. But the 3 Conans, I was not a Conan collector at that time. And so I took those books and turned them into more Avengers and more Brave and the Bolds. So that worked out for me. Here's another new one that I'm picking up. Avengers: War Against Time. I think Eric Breen has talked about this one before, and this is really good so far. I really enjoy it. Just great stuff. Great stuff. It reminds me of something you would have seen in the 70s, maybe even late 60s, And of course, there's a whole lot of Hulk in this, so yours truly enjoys it, But it's another one. If you're looking for something interesting in today's market, hey, you might want to check this out. And I can't tell, is my eyes, or is my thing not right? There we go. Okay. Anyway, and then here's another one that both my compatriot Shannon and Eric Breen have got me into, and that's Danger Street 1 and 2. And I have to pick up number 3. I'm hoping to get to the comic store today or tomorrow and pick those up. I'm anxious to read that because I love the premise, which was those first issue specials way back in the 70s. And they're taking that and basically using all those characters that showed up in that series and to make this series. And I'm a sucker for stuff like that. So I definitely want to check that out. So, and then okay, this is like the first mail haul batch. And it is a bunch of Hulk books that I needed to fill in on certain collections or whatnot. So, and this is the Incredible Hulk. This is, I believe, the second or third. It might be the second series, second volume. And this is number 78 of the Incredible Hulk. And I mean, it's just a great cover. I love that. Love that cover. You know, but I've got quite a few holes to fill in that series because for some reason I wasn't getting them regularly. Here's another one, and this is number 65. I love that cover. That's a great close-up. I'm a sucker for those close-up covers like that. And here is number 80. That's a great cover too. Just the way the Hulk looks. I mean, he looks like he is massive, and like thick, you know. Just can just feel the gravity, the gravitas of him, you know. And here's a weird cover. This is, for some reason, I think it's this guy right here. Reminds me of that Breaking Bad show. And this is Incredible Hulk number 46. This guy right here in the thing. He looks like one of the main guys in that series, which I never really watched. I've only seen bits and pieces and clips, you know. And then this one here is number 74, but this is from Marvel Knights. I think it's the same one, although I could be wrong, because like your X-Men and like your current day Avengers, at a while there, the Hulk kept getting rebooted and started up and had like a couple different series or whatnot, and it's just like I couldn't keep up with them at the time. But here is number 74. It's Marvel Knights Incredible Hulk. Big destruction going on there with Iron Man. So, and that's the newer stuff that I got. So let's quickly go back to the chat here. See if I can remember where it was I left off. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it was right here. Yes, Raw Power Eric. And Michael Taylor says, when I started buying comics, they were 20 cents. Yeah, Bronze Age, baby. Right at the start. Very cool. See, I was born in 62. So I started buying comics and reading comics somewhere around 67. And it might have been just a little before that. My folks might have given me a couple of comic books for a birthday or something like that. So I might have read something from 66, but 67 is usually the starting point that I can point to. And they were 12 cents, but I grew up in the latter half of the 60s, the Silver Age and the Bronze Age. So those were, especially the Bronze Age is where I came into really being able to be a collector, somewhere around 72, 73, somewhere in there, when I had access to convenience stores or stores that sold comic books all the time. I'm with you. I'm that's Silver Age and Bronze Age. Love it, baby. I love it. All right, there we go. Eric Breen, David Bowie produced Iggy Pop's The Idiot masterpiece. Yeah, I don't know that much David Bowie and all that. It wasn't my musical taste. I was more bubblegum pop. Give me Partridge Family. Heck, give me, because I've got it in my CD last, the Brady Kids doing their songs, because I remember singing those songs on my swing set out back after listening to them sing them on Friday nights on their TV show. So yeah, I'm that guy. I unabashedly admit I love the music by the Brady Kids. I do. Brady Kids, Partridge Family, Bobby Sherman, DeFranco Family, the Osmonds, all that bubblegum pop through the late 60s into early 70s. Yeah, that's me. I love that stuff right there. And then about mid 70s, I was always a country western fan as well, because that's what my folks listened to. So I think Marty Robbins' El Paso was the very first country western song I heard on the radio, and I fell in love with country western ballads. So Marty Robbins was king for me, because he was king of the gunfighter ballads. I love them. Anyway, I am wicked digressing today. So where am I? Okay, let's go to Werewolf by Night. David Bowie produced Raw Power as well. Okay. It's funny because me and my wife just watched this documentary thing on David Bowie, and how he spent like his last couple of years, and what he was trying to do with his career and what he wanted to accomplish on his bucket list. And I think it was to make a musical, I think, if I remember correctly, so it's pretty weird. Yes, says Mastodon Comics. I love the Goon. Eric Powell is a modern day genius. He needs to get together with Sam Raimi and do something. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Like I said, I've always enjoyed his comics ever since Howler Mouse got me hooked on him. He's responsible for me really getting into both the Goon and Astro City, which you've all heard me espouse greatness about, because I love Astro City as well. So yeah, absolutely. If you haven't read the Goon, I recommend it highly. I really do. Give it a shot. Michael Taylor, cool Goon covers. Looks interesting. Give her a shot. Dr. Von Chilla, I'm thinking of selling my second set of the Barry Smith Conan run. I'll keep you in mind, Rodney. Thank you very much, sir. I wouldn't mind. And I'm slowly, right now, I'm kind of concentrating on the square bound Conans. So I'm looking at, I think it's number 11 is a square bound issue. I think I have number 10. Yeah, I have number 10, and I think it's 11. It's a square bound issue, a red cover, picture frame cover, and I'm looking to pull the trigger on that on eBay. I've got a couple of them that I'm watching. So I'm thinking I'm slowly becoming a Conan fan, and if nothing else, I would certainly love to have the Barry Windsor Smith run on there, and I know that's kind of pricey. So, Mastodon Comics. I'm a big fan of Funhouse. Mr. Breen, the song "Dirt" is a punk rock masterpiece. Alrighty, I can't add anything to that because I really don't know that much about David Bowie, other than some of his probably big hits that I remember. Werewolf by Lunchtime, Picture Perfect in Australia. There we go. Thank you, sir. Eric Breen, with us, you can never be too sure if it's the camera or our eyes that are fuzzy. That is so true, dude. I've got I've got three different pairs of glasses, three different whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they would call them, degrees or whatever style of glasses, and I never know which one is going to work best. So today it's these ones right here. I got some here that are, they under need repair because like one of the things is gone, totally gone. I got a couple pairs of those. So ah, just a mess, here. Just a hot mess. Mastodon Comics and Music. I might have to check out Danger Street. These covers are dope. Yes, sir. I mean, it sounds like a great thing from what Eric said and what Shannon's told me so far. It sounds like something that is right up my alley and probably a lot of people's alley. Brina's a bad influence on us. Oh, I don't know. Us old farts got to kind of stick together, though, don't we? Mastodon Comics. It's 100% true, Jackson, but I'm all for it. There you go. Hey, big old smiley. Michael Taylor. It's great that they're reprinting the great gold and silver age comics. I have to start tracking those down. Yeah, if I come across one that I know, I'm not going to get like, what was the one? The first Justice League with Starro and all that. I know I'm never going to afford that book. So sure, as long as I've got the story to read, I'll get the facsimile. We'll put it in there. I'm happy. I can put my pillow on my head on my pillow at night and sleep soundly. Werewolf by lunchtime. I keep wanting to say werewolf by night. I try to catch myself. I think Bruce Jones did a run on the whole. Yeah, I believe that is part of that was his run because I recognize that name. All righty, and then Michael Taylor. I enjoyed Breaking Bad. I've heard good things about it. A lot of people really liked it. It was big on TV for quite a while, from what I understand. It was never something I had on my radar to watch, So I probably got to go back and hunt it down and watch it. It's an Apocalypse Now homage. Yes, sir. You definitely got me hooked on the great one, Eric. Yeah. When I started, they had just gone from $1 to $1.25. Yeah. And you just think about where they are now, even at $1 to $1.25, and now they're, $4 or $5. Really, I mean, it's got to be something. Like I still collect I'll get my Hulks, I'll get my Justice League, and I'll if there's something that catches my eye, like like that Avengers Work Across Time or Danger Street, something like that catches my eye. I'll do that. Certainly, if I'll check out the independents a lot more. So if there's an Astro City or a Goon or something else, even that I've never seen before, like I've been picking up here and there. Spawn Gunfighter, is it Gunslinger? Spawn Gunslinger. Because I'm a sucker for Western stuff. So I'm like, okay, that seems interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. So I want to read that. So I've picked up a few of those, and I've yet to sit down and read them, but I will. Jackson Roy Kirk, don't mention the great one too much, or Graphic Man will come running. That's it. Gil Kane. I was born in 66, so unfortunately missed out on the Silver Age. Well, the good thing is, if you can still pick up books from there. Although it is getting harder these days, I don't know if, people, investors or whatever, buying them up, slabbing them up. I don't know. But I don't see as much raw Silver Age available at the comic shops that at least I travel in, the circles I travel in, and I'm kind of makes me sad because there's still a ton of Silver Age that I'd love to be able to collect. For me, I do a lot online with eBay. I just haven't gotten yet to go to like my comic shop, and I've set up an account there and everything. I just haven't gotten to the point of going through and checking and making a I don't know, what do you call it, like a pull list or whatever, or stuff, and then get it. I really want to do that too. Eric Green, I was born in 62. There we go, my man. 62. But I spent my young years buying baseball cards. Didn't start collecting comics until 13. And that now that's I don't know if that's typical or not, but what what point did what got you to look at a comic book? How did you look at that first comic book? What was that first comic? Those are the stories I love to hear. That what did you happen to go into a 7-Eleven or something and happen to see a I don't know, a Jack Kirby comic or something, and say, yeah, well, that's interesting. So I'm curious. I'm curious, Eric. Jimbo, they had just switched to 15 cents when I started. Yeah, yeah. Right at the very end of Silver Age, beginning of Bronze Age. Yes, sir. I had Bobby Sherman and Partridge Family 45s. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I love their music, man. I was always I was a sucker for a swing set. You put me on a swing set, man, I was going to start belting out the bubblegum tunes, no matter where I was, whether it was at school, whether it was at our friend's house, our neighbor's house, I go, or just our swing set we used to have out back of the house, just out there. I felt bad for the neighbors, man. They had to listen to me, but doggone, I had fun. I still sing with myself in the car. I'll put all those. If you saw my Spotify list, Rod's faves, that it's all over the place. It'll be Irish Rovers on one song. It'll be Marty Robbins on another song. Then it'll be the Partridge Family, and then it'll be who knows, Rick Springfield, because I was a big Rick Springfield fan in the 80s. Loved his stuff there. So, okay. Dr. Munchilla, indeed, my first comics, I remember the 12-cent and 15-centers, but the 20-centers birthed my true collecting mentality. And it's true. I mean, you have those, everybody has that little sweet spot, as I can't remember who it was that quoted that earlier, sweet spot, in their collecting when they started, and what really is nostalgic to them, or what means the most to them sentimentally. And I mean, I'm Dr. Silver Age for a reason. So Silver Age is where it is for me, because that's when I first saw comics. Those go-go checks, baby. Yeah. To me, that'll always be like a warm, fuzzy blanket and a teddy bear, just that's it. Comfort zone, baby. But right there with it, Bronze Age, because Bronze Age is where the coming of age for me, all through that, I lived it with you guys in high school, where you couldn't talk to anybody about comics. And certainly if you were talking to the girls, no, sir, you did not mention your comic book collecting for fear to be ostracized from the cool kids. Not that I ever got to be in the cool kids club, but hey, we all had dreams. All right. Jackson Roy Kirk, Gunfighter Ballads was played all the time in my house when I was a youngster. I love them. I love Marty Robbins, man, king of the gunfighter. Although Lorne Green, he did Ringo. That's a great one. That's a great one. And there were other people's. They don't come to mind right off the bat, but I'm a sucker for a country western ballad. I just am. Big Iron. There you go, baby. Big Iron. Big Iron. Big Iron. I love, Marty Robbins. He left us way too early, man. Left it. I loved El Paso, like I mentioned, but I did not know until probably about 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now. El Paso was just one of a trilogy that he did. He did El Paso, and that was done from like the Cowboys kind of perspective. He did one called Felina, which is done from the girl's perspective of how she came to be in El Paso and how she met that cowboy and everything. And then there was the one he did in the 70s, which was like a reincarnation ballad by Marty Robbins. It was called El Paso City. El Paso City. But those three songs are tied together. They're a trilogy. Just a little bit of trivia from your old Uncle Rod. Jackson Roy Kirk, born in 63, started with comics halfway through my 11th year. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Again, what was that first book that got you hooked? You know, I love those stories. Astro City is great stuff. I agree wholeheartedly, sir. I bought my 45s and LPs at the TSS record department in the 70s. Yeah. Okay. And born in 71, first comics I read, Asterix. I love them to this day. Now, I know the character Asterix, but I don't think I've ever seen any comic books in the raw of Asterix. I know I've never owned any, but that's interesting. Ranger Sly. I love Marty Robbins as well. So many classic songs. El Paso, Big Iron, Singing the Blues, a white sport coat, and a pink carnation. I love it. Love it. Oh, man. All right. As the youngest one here, I should feel out of place, but I don't somehow. Well, I mean, there is something to be said for old souls, If you buy a facsimile, lifetime, where did I get lifetime? If you buy a facsimile of a book you once bought, OTR, off the rack, okay, yeah, you may be old. Yes, dude, I'm there. Silver hair. It's not just in the name. Okay, Eric Green, LOL. Yes, sir. Gratu, welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you in the Peanut Gallery this morning. Hope you're having a great morning. Hey, Gratu. And I used the facsimile of New Mutants 98 to complete my New Mutants run. Hey, if it's not something that you feel you need to have in your collection, and you can turn that around to more books that you want to have in your collection, I say go for it. I had a book once. I can't remember which number it was. It was either 1 or 3, I think it was, of All Winter Squad. Yeah, that All Winter Squad from the Golden Age. Okay, and it had a rip about 3/4 of the way through the cover. Okay, but other than that, it looked nice. At the time, I was probably, I don't know, 21, 22, and I'm like, Golden Age, that don't mean nothing to me, but I know it's worth some money. And I went to a local mall. They had a monthly comic show there. I went there and I turned that book into, I think I walked home with 33 Silver Age issues of Avengers. And that really, really boosted my Avengers collection because it took up a lot of the early stuff, so I got a real good deal. Do I miss that comic? Would I like to have it now versus my Avengers? No, I can't say as I would. Would it be cool to have that in your collection? Sure would. Anybody'd love to have that in their collection. But for what I got for it, my Silver Age Avengers, early, teens and 20s and 30s, I'll take those Avengers, baby. All right. Where am I here? 98. Okay. Let's show some more comics. Here we go with some more of what I've gotten from eBay. Let me just put this down so you can see my lovely kisser here with all the sarcasm I could muster. Was that this is a series I just love these split covers. You know, Marvel did them with like Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense and stuff like that. So I think that's where I have this fondness for these. But this is from Charlton, and it's a small series, and I something about it just struck me with those covers. Anyway, this is number 1 of Surf and Wheels, and I love those split covers like that. It's like two books in one, you know. And as if that wasn't enough to wet your whistle with the surf and turf or whatever, here's number 2. Yeah. I'm hearing Beach Boys in my head. Do. Oops, and there goes my chair. Let's get back up here. All right, another series that I'm trying to collect or finish off, which I will not be able to do unless I win the lottery, is Super DC Giant. And this one here is number 15. This was the last, what I consider affordable issue for me, because the last 2 that I need now for that series are the ones it's like Love 1970 and then Love 1971, which for some reason, and I don't get it, I don't know why, but those books are astronomical in price. So I know I never probably afford them unless I get a really beat up doormat copy. And if it was intact, I'd still take that, you know. But so that's pretty cool. And then everybody knows the affection both Shannon and I have for square bound books, and just come across it. And it seems like there's a never ending fountain of these that just keep bubbling over, and then there's one, I got to get that one. There's one, I got to get that one. Well, this one here is World's Finest, number 188. Lovely square bound. It's one of those ones that I've seen a lot. Always gonna get it, but then there's something else that's comes up that takes precedent over it. I always wanted to know what the negative Superman story was about. So now I've got it. Now I'm going to read it and finally put that mystery to bed and call off Scooby-Doo and the gang. So, and then I don't know, I might have showed some of these before, but these were all part of it. So bear with me if I did. I apologize. But I just love some of these covers. Joe Kubert, man. So it's Our Fighting Forces, and it's number 131. Great cover. Just great cover. I always love it when they do something with the title like this and incorporate it into the picture somehow. I love covers that do that and artists that do that. Great stuff. And here is Our Fighting Forces, number 124. Another great cover. I just kind of wish this didn't take up so much of the picture, the cover. I got to admit that. But it is what it is, and it's still a pretty cool cover. And then Our Fighting Forces, number 111, bright yellow with Hunter's Hellcats. So I'm just slowly putting together a run from like, I think it's, I want to say from 80 on up to right now, I think it's like a 140 is where I've got. So I'm slowly filling in little pieces that I need here. And then I slowly start going down as well as going up. So I'm like feeding my addiction for this series, going both ends, burning both ends of the candle. This is Gunner and Sarge in our Fighting Forces number 79. And believe it or not, if you're prudent enough to take your time and sift through eBay, you can find some of these at a decent price. I think this one here I only paid like $8, and plus shipping, and shipping was probably $4 to $5, but still, I mean, and it's in really great shape, really, so I mean, you know it ain't a 9.8 for those of you wondering. I know all of you out there were wondering, but okay. And here's another short series, Gold Key, that I'm trying to put together. I've got 2 of them now, and I don't know what I did with the other one. Doggone it. Anyway, this is Judge Cult, and this is number 1. And I believe I have number 3 as well. So, and these are relatively inexpensive and easy to find, So, Western series. And I'm also this year I'm going to make a push, looking through my inventory database, my Iron Man collection. I have pretty much 1 through, I don't know, I want to say 1 through like I don't know, 200, I think. No, it's got to be more than 200 because I remember the 200 cover. So it might be 300, close to 300 or whatever. But in that first 100, I've got like about a dozen issues that I've got to find either better condition ones or ones that I'm totally missing. So this was the first of that campaign right here, and this is number 67. So I'm going to give old Shellhead a little love this year and try and shore up that series, because there are, like I said, a dozen or so in that first 100 to 120 that I need to do. Now, talking about bubblegum music from the 60s. Going to take you back in the Wayback Machine to the late 60s. I want to say it was 68, 69, maybe 69, maybe even 70, 69, 70, somewhere in that range. Comes my next book and my next series. It's only 4 issues, and I'm going to get them all now because that's the completest in me. And okay, enough, John. Who remembers the Hardy Boys, the cartoons, not those Nancy Drew pseudo books, type of things. I'm talking that cool Saturday morning cartoon. Oh, we're the Hardys. Oh boy, we're having a party. Da, 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 da. Wow. Okay. This I always thought they had one of the great theme songs to their cartoon. The cartoon, no great shakes, but the music was pretty. I liked the music. It was bubblegum pop. I liked it. Anyway, so I came across this. So I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I went on YouTube and I looked at the Hardy Boys cartoon theme music and stuff like that, just for a little nostalgia. Played it. It was okay. It was fun singing along to it. And then somewhere I saw on there that they had made 2 albums, the Hardy Boys, from the thing, from the cartoon thing, the actual singers or whatever, actually made 2 albums. Wow. Yep, there it is. Another rabbit hole. Here I go. And here we go. There we are. Here come the Hardys. Yeah, baby. So, I mean, and this is the second one, the Hardy Boys. So, talk about like a OCD as far as collecting and being a completist type of thing. It's just it's just great stuff. You know, so I just had to have that as part of the Hardy Boys nostalgia thing for me. So I know the three other issues. They're affordable, so I'm gonna wind up getting those eventually. Don't worry, you guys will know as soon as I do. Here's the back of the other one, second album. But I mean, it's just there you go. It's the Hardys. Oh boy, we're having a party. Come on, you all know the tune. Come on. Breen, I know you know it. Come on. Anyway, so that's what I got there. And while we're talking about albums, I picked up these two albums. Of course, The Hulk. I came across that, saw that, and found one that was relatively inexpensive. And they said that the record itself looks pretty good. And when I took it out and looked at it, looked decent. I couldn't find any major scratches or anything. So I'm anxious to play it. But being a Hulk fan, sign me up. Old J Jaws does it to me again. Make me spend money. But it's pretty good. This has got 4 different stories on it. Power Records, right? Yeah. So, no, Peter Pan Records. I'm sorry. It says it right there in the middle. So yeah, I got to pick that up. And then this one here, I found out a little bit of tidbit on it. This is from DC, a licensed project, and 1967 they did I think it was 67. They did a record album featuring some stories of some of their superheroes, and then in 75, I think it was 75. They put out this one here. Now, I used to have the 245s. One was Metamorpho. It had Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and then another one had Flash and Aquaman. I had those 45s. I don't know if I still have them or not. I think I gave them away to a friend of mine. But I saw this and I said, oh man, that's a cool cover, a cool album, cool superheroes. I'm a big, where am I? Right here. Metamorpho fan. And of course, everybody knows Flash is my DC guy. So, got to have that in a collection. So, put that in there. Got that. So, I thought that was pretty cool. And on the back, we got a big Wonder Woman picture. Pretty cool. So, I don't know if any of you have these or have ever seen these before, but it was pretty cool. Now, the one from 67, I looked up a couple of those, but those are pricey. Those are big dog prices right there. So, but that's pretty good. So yeah, that's I told you we'd have some vinyl on there today, some LPs, some records, and one last thing to show before we go back to the peanut gallery. And this right here was given to me by my mother not too long ago. She said she was up in the attic and she was rummaging around, putting Christmas decorations and stuff away or whatnot. And she came across this and she knew that I would be interested in having this to put in my collection, since I was probably mine at some point. And it is, let's see here, the Lone Ranger. what do they call these things? The little golden book. So I wish I could say I remember reading this, but we used to have a bunch of these little golden books downstairs in the basement where you used to play in the wintertime. You couldn't do anything, but be in the house. So, but we used to have these books, and what we would do is we would open them up. We would open them up like this, and we would set them down on the cement floor of the basement, right, and make like a maze type of thing. We would put like cardboard over the top of it, and then like my brother would get on one side of this construct, and I'd get on the other, and we'd try to make our arms snake our way through the maze that we've created, and just kind of, if we could high five on the other side, then we considered it a victory, and then we'd do it all over again. Just the things kids come up with. But I thought that would be pretty neat. You guys might find that pretty interesting. Let's see. There we go. It's not something you see every day. So it's pretty neat. And for me to know that it comes all the way from the childhood, pretty cool. So anyway, all right. So let's see if I can. Okay, well, it's gonna fight me. So let's go look at the chat. And it's been such a long time. I'm hoping I can find out where I was at. Big Iron is 63. Astro City. I bought 45s, and I remember that one. And yes, born in 71. First comics I read was Asterix. Love them to this day. Yes. And like I said, I've never read an Asterix comic. I've never seen. I always thought it was a cartoon too. Was it a cartoon as well, or was it just comics? Ranger Sly. I love Mighty Robbins as well. So many classic tunes. Yeah, oh yes, that's right. I remember that. Absolutely. As the youngest one here, I should feel out of place, but old, like I said, old souls. There's that. Yep. Okay. There's that. Gratu saying hi. Okay, that might have been the last one that I remember. Okay, where are you right now, Jackson? Just wondering. Okay. Oh man, late to the party, says Hippie's Collectible. Never, you're never late, Hippie. You're just fashionably on time, or fashionably late. I don't know what the saying is, but never. We don't take attendance here. You show up. We're always glad when you show up. So thank you very much, Tom, for stopping by again and spending a little time with us this Saturday morning. Greatly appreciate it, brother. Michael Taylor, I bought packs of sports and non-sports cards in the 70s. Yeah, I used to buy a lot of non-sports cards. I used to buy the Marvel stuff and those. Well, I think I showed them to you before. Stuff like this with the Marvel stickers from the 70s. And it is like one of the stickers. It's made it all the way from the 70s right up to today. So, and now it's hanging out with me. Another fossil. Alrighty. Gratu says, train on the cover of Choo Choo Charlie. I love trains at age 4. There you go. That's right. I've seen that comic book you've shown, Gratu, about Choo Choo Charlie. That's a pretty cool book. I've actually looked on eBay to try and pick up an issue of that. So it's pretty cool. Lead Paint. Same here with my comics.com. Doc, I know a lot. Why can't I see out of this eye here? A lot of the boys use it, but the prices are a bit high for me and what I pay in my area. Luckily, there are several great back issues only back issue only shops in my area. That's cool because back issues are hard to come by in a lot of the stores that I frequent. Um, Same thing with the 50-cent bins. A lot of stores don't have 50-cent bins, which I love to rummage through. Dr. Monchilla saying, howdy, hippie. How you doing? And werewolf by lunch. I, I bought a town called Malice on 45. Oh, when I was 11. Oh, okay. And for a second, I'm thinking, he bought a town? How did he do that? That'd be pretty cool. My own town. Hippie says, hey, John, how you doing, brother? Just chilling with my morning coffee, says Hippie. A town called Malice. Wow, haven't heard that in a while. Whoever talked to girls, icky, says Gray Man. I like how they had Superman flying in his title over the 20 centers, says Michael. Yes, sir. Just little things like that that you remember that stick out in your head, you know, and that just when you see those books that have that on there, you know, and it like I'm telling you, it's like a warm blanket, man. It just it's like it's giving you a big hug, saying welcome back, you know. Good morning, Hippies Collectibles, says Mastodon. Werewolf by lunchtime. It's a classic Dr. Von Chilla. Hippie says, howdy, howdy, Mastodon. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Yes, sir, Bob. Man, I'm telling you, that was I heard that song seemed like every day during my childhood. I know I didn't, but it seemed like it because of the radio station that my folks would play every day, and it was strictly old country music. And man, that got me hooked on country ballads. Jackson Roy Cook. Werewolf, I can't say where I am yet. I'm not sure I even know. Dun dun dun. The mystery deepens. Werewolf says, worth a try, Jackson. Mastodon Comics says the chair was also a great Mighty Robbins track. The chair. I think I remember that vaguely, but it's not one that you hear a lot of. Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that. Wasn't that, was it the electric chair? No. I can't remember. It's something about that, though, rings a bell. Now I got to hunt that down when I get off the air. Eric Breen says, awesome, Werewolf. Awesome. I didn't discover Jam until after they broke up. Oh, man, you guys are dating me. Laugh out loud. Yes, sir. Werewolf says, can I got to find another pair of glasses because my right eye is really acting up today. So it's hard for me to. Okay, let's see. Can you recommend any Willie Nelson albums? I don't know of any because I was never a collector of Willie Nelson. I enjoyed some of his tunes, but I was never, say, an out and out Willie Nelson fan. I like his music though. I can't say that I don't. Well, where did it go? There we go. Michael, this is I like the Partridge Family theme song. Come on, get happy. Yeah. What's not to love about it? It just makes you feel good. You know, it was a snappy little tune. You know, so alrighty. Mastodon says the book I received as a kid was Jughead's Time Police. Jughead's Time Police? I've never heard of that. Not first read was X-Force number 5. Cool beans. I've never heard of Jughead's Time Police. Now you got me curious about that. I want to look that up. All right, if it's collectibles, at least you still have hair. Mastodon. But okay, there we go. All righty. Thank you, sir. Werewolf says I also bought Bitterest Pill on 45, but soon after they split. Jackson Roy Cook, the first Golden Age book I got was a Superman action comic where he's fighting a skyscraper. I must have gotten rid of it in the 80s. Oh no! Say it ain't so. Michael says, Doc, great story how you turned that Golden Age comic into 33 Silver Age Avengers. Yeah, it was, I mean, you can't. I was just thrilled, man. I was walking out on cloud 9 from that place. I was just so psyched because Avengers were big to me, and it was a big, big thing. And I'm like, oh man, I've never thought I'd own a lot of those books, and then that just jumped in my lap, and it was just like, oh, thank goodness. Hippie says Charlton had some great titles. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, and they don't get credit for a lot of their titles and a lot of their artwork and stuff that was been in their books. Mastodon says, I just wish I had the book my grandfather caught reading in school circa 1939. I don't know what it was, but I have my suspicions. Uh-oh. There's a story there. Jackson Roy Kirk says, romance books are hard to find since Eric Breen started hoarding them. I think there's something to that. I think you're right, because there's quite a few romance books I need for the go-go checks, and they're drying up. So I'm not sure where they are. I think Mr. Breen might be hoarding a few. Michael says, cool, world's finest square bound. Thank you, sir. Love those square bounds. Love 70 and 71 were sold primarily to girls, so most of the copies didn't make it to the comic collectors. Some with 100-page super spectacular issue 5. Same with yeah. That's another one that I won't get. I won't have. I'm going to try and move that down a little bit so I'm not hiding behind the thing. There we go. All right. Yeah, those are definitely ones that I probably will never own. I've made some inroads with the 100-page super spectaculars on the individual ones like Young Romance, Young Love. I've been able to pick up a few of those, but even those, they're pricey. So hard to come by nowadays. Mastodon says, Kubert Gold. By gold, I mean awesomeness, baby. Yeah, absolutely. Joe Kubert, what more can you say? He's one of the all-time legends. He really is. I know he got a lot of what am I looking for? Attention on his Tarzan stuff, Tarzan family stuff. But boy, his war comics covers are phenomenal. They really are. If you take the time and look them over and go through and look at those covers, just the covers alone, forget the incredible artwork inside, but just the covers alone are tremendous. I've really come to appreciate and love those things over the course of my collecting. Eric Breen says, the Jackson Roy Kirk classic comic collector blows my romance total away. All right, Mastodon. Love the indicia on some of those early fighting forces. Michael Taylor says, gold keys were great. I never appreciated them when I was a kid. I got to admit, never appreciated them. I do remember seeing Dr. Solar Man of the Atom, thinking that looked interesting, but I never did buy a book. It wasn't until after I'd become a serious collector that I start getting gold keys. And Gratu says, that's the first Iron Man I bought. Really? The one I showed? This one here? Wow. What are the chances, right? What are the chances? That's pretty cool. All right. All right, Eric Breen, Iron Man 67 comer. Micah has his finger on the button. I know. I didn't show it. You notice I didn't hold it too long. I don't want to risk being taken over by the Canaanites. Alarm system. Dr. Von Chiller, my first Golden Age book was Batman number 44, bought at local flea market circa 1976 for $2. I bought it because of the Joker cover. All of the unbagged books that the seller had were in fabulous shape. Wow. They were unbagged, but a lot of people didn't. Back in the early 70s, they didn't bag them at flea markets and stuff like that. They were just left in stacks. If you were lucky, they were put in some kind of order in a box. But for the most part, they were just all the places I went, helter skelter. Some of them in like wicker baskets underneath their tables and stuff like that. But it was just so cool to dig through that stuff and find that gem that you needed or wanted. I remember finding some early Brave and the Bolds in situations like that. Great stuff. The Gray Man, collector out of control. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. More than you know. More than you know. More than anybody knows, except my wife, because she keeps tabs on me looking at that bank account. Michael Taylor says, Dr. Von Chiller, congrats on getting that Golden Age Batman 44. Yes, sir. Congrats indeed. Werewolf, I bought a Fonzie LP the other day, also for nostalgic regions. Fonzie I'm not sure, because when I hear Fonzie, I'm thinking Arthur Fonzarelli, the whole Happy Days thing. So is that a group or a different singer or something? Mastodon. Gold Key was hinting that they were reacquired one of their past properties, but I don't know their official announcement, which was supposed to happen on 3/16. Anyone see anything? No, I hadn't heard anything about them. But they reacquired one of their past properties. I wonder what it would be. I mean, they had if it's one of their, like a Magnus or a Dr. Solar or something like that. I mean, that would be cool for them to start doing those again, especially if they had somebody doing those painted covers. Of course, you could have Alex Ross do some of those painted covers. That would be pretty cool, huh? Michael Taylor, cool Hulk album. Thank you, sir. I was very, very happy to add that to my collection. Hippies Collectibles. I remember that DC record. Yeah. Yes, sir. Loving the memories. Michael Taylor, Werewolf. I had that Fonzie album. Doc, cool superhero albums. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Michael. Hippies Collectible. Hi, Silver. Away. Absolutely. Gratu. Power Records was a division of Peter Pan. Ah, there you go. So that is part of that whole group then. Cool. Thank you very much for that. Michael Taylor. Very cool Lone Ranger Little Golden Book. Thank you, sir. You can thank my mom for digging that one out for me. This is MMU. This is Moo. This is Moo. Okay. This is my other choice. Okay. All righty. This is my other channel. Sorry, spell correctly. Oh, that's the name of your other channel is Gratu Orloff Comic Book Show? There you go. We get the word out. And hello, Gratu, says Mastodon. Michael Taylor, a little golden book from your childhood that makes it extra special. Yes, sir, Bob. It's always neat when you get something that is a direct tether right back to your childhood and what you were doing and thinking and feeling, and loving and doing. It's just fun. All right. Gratu says, I'm on my wife's computer. My cell phone is beaming 60s Marvel 60s Marvel cartoons to the Roku, so I can't use it. Hey, priorities, brother, priorities. Marvel 60s Marvel cartoons, they take priority. Absolutely. Because man, I remember those, loving those. Mastodon, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Well, thank you very much, sir. Well, no one phone gratu. Doc, was that your wife? Yes, it was. That was the terrific Tamara. Yes, she was. We're having a bit of a problem with, I told you at the beginning of the show, with a leaky faucet on the outside the house. And she just dropped me a note saying, plumber is here. So hopefully they're getting that taken care of while I'm sitting here flapping my gums. Dr. Manchilla, the execution ballads go hand in hand with the gunfighter ballads. Oh, yes, the green, green grass of home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tom Jones. Tom Jones. Yes, sir. What about, what was that other one he did? Tom Jones did Delilah. How about that? I mean, talk about violence and execution, murder. Holy mackerel. You know, I still find that a shocking song when you hear it on the radio. Michael Taylor says, I hope you don't mind me asking that. No, I don't mind you asking. I had to go back and see what you were asking. That's because my memory ain't what it used to be. But no, don't mind at all. No, she's not shy. She'll come on once in a while. She'll take over the show if I let her. Mastodon says, I really need to start proofreading my comments. And I'm trying to read them fast too. So, and my right eye for some reason is not with the gameplay. Hey, Shannon. All right, brother. I see I told you he was here in spirit. Now he's here in the chat. Hey, gentlemen, and Platinum Rod. On my lunch break, thought I'd say hi. Glad you did, man, because we are missing you. These poor folks have had to put up with me yakking all morning. There's no break from me for them today. So hopefully you'll be back next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed. That's right, Shannon. Back around 1981, says Dr. Bonchilla, I traded the only copy of Giant Size X-Men #1 I ever owned. It was mid-grade for a high-grade Daredevil 158. I have no regrets. See, it's all about what means something to you. You know, there'd be people that go, a giant size X-Men, you gave that away, traded that for what was it, Frank Miller? Is that Frank Miller Daredevil, first Frank Miller or something like that? Am I right? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? And no, because everybody is different. Everybody collects a little differently, and what means something to me probably doesn't mean the same to somebody else, and that's what makes all of this great, hanging around on Saturday mornings. We get to share with each other what is important to us, as far as collectors, what we love to collect, what we enjoy collecting and seeing other people show their stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like a kid in a candy store Saturday mornings, let me tell you. Dr. Manchilla, Shannon, giving the shout out. Hippies Collectible, Shannon. See, they're all missing you, Shannon. They're all missing you. You gotta get back here next week, brother. Shannon, how you doing? Good morning, says Spinner Rack Studios. Welcome back, Spinner Rack. Welcome back, Spinner Rack. Great to have you with us again this morning. I need to stop sleeping in on Saturday mornings. Oh, man. There's nothing wrong with sleeping in. Catch us on the rebound if you need to. I know what it's like to want to sleep in on weekend mornings. Thanks for reminding me to hit the thumbs up button, Mastodon, says Michael. Thank you very, very much. And Shannon, going to give out some shout outs here. Jackson. Hey, John. Hey, Tom. Jackson. Hey, Shannon, says Michael Jackson Roycook. Spinner, do my trick. I get up early and then take a nap after the show. Wait a minute. Is he saying I'm putting him to sleep? Wait a minute. Just kidding. Just kidding. Gil Kane lives. Oh boy, gotta keep that noise down because if Micah shows up, we'll all be on report. Michael Taylor, Doc, it's the character from Happy Days. Oh, it is the character from Happy. Okay, he did an album of songs. I never heard of this. I am intrigued. Dr. Mangilla, Dr. Solar has some blazing painted covers. Yes, sir. And those were what caught my eye as a kid. Even though I wasn't a gold key collector, I would see those and just the bright red costume and a lot of flames on his covers and stuff like that. Just always looked cool to me. Hippies Collectible, Solar and Magnus are my two go-to gold keys. Sounds like winners to me. Michael Taylor, hello, Mrs. Silver Age. Oh, I think she's upstairs now. I think it sounds like the plumber isn't down there anymore. So hopefully it was a quick fix for him. And an inexpensive fix for me. Let's see. Dr. Manchilla, I held the knife in my hand and she left. Oh, you got to say it right. I held the knife in my hand and she left no more. Oh, man. It's just that line right there. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, he really did her in. Wow. In a song. Hippie says Shannon has to work overtime in order to get all those romance comics. Oh man, is he the one getting it? Oh, man, I got to talk to him. Shannon, you got to share those romance comics, brother. Eric Breen, shouldn't it be Shannon is here in spirits? Ah, well played, sir. Well played indeed. I miss being there. We'll be back next week. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Can't wait. Can't wait. Hopefully, this will be the quickest week on record. And we get to another Saturday. Jackson, Roy Kirk, that comes later tonight. Dr. Von Chilla, Eric Breen, laugh out loud. You're on fire today, bud. There you go. There's a little rolling laughter there. Shannon says, Tom, that's so funny. I just scored 3 Bronze Age DC romance comics on eBay this morning. Oh, were they go-go checks, brother? Were they go-go checks? Laugh out loud, Shannon. Yes, sir. Got to go back, guys. Everyone enjoy their Saturday. Awesome. Great. Glad you stopped in. Shannon, be talking to you on the phone. Probably, if not today, probably tomorrow. So we can commiserate on this week's show and let you know how bad I did trying to read these comments. Hippies Collectibles later, Shannon. Yes, sir. You too, Shannon, says Michael. And Dr. Monchilla, see you next week, Shannon. Do. Yes, sir. Great to have Shannon stop by, man. That's awesome. I was hoping he would be able to swing in for a little bit. So, all right, what else we got to show here? How about some Harveys? Huh? We'll show some Harvey stuff. This is Warfront number, I believe it's 36. Let's see here if I can read that. Yes, number 36. Little Dynamite Joe. A Blast Crazy Marine. And then we got Top Secret Adventures, number 1 with Spyman. I was always fascinated by the Harvey non-funny character line type of stuff because you're so used to seeing Hot Stuff, Casper, Wendy, all those guys, and then you see stuff like the Three Rocketeers, and it's such a departure from what you were used to with the Harvey logo on it. But they're great. I love them. And if I come across one that I don't have once in a while, if I can afford it, I'll pick her up, put her in the old long box. And we got Unearthly Spectaculars. And I can't see what number that is. So I'm not sure. Oh, it says it right on the back. It's number 1. There we go. It's one of those purple covers that Mr. Orloff says is so hard to see the numbers on. And he is correct. They are very difficult to read black numbers on. And then we got Alarming Adventures, number 1. And this is autographed by Donald something. Donald Hayes, it looks like. This is a Donald Hayes copy. That's a bright yellow cover right there. Got some yellow, got some red, got some green. And Alarming Adventures number 3. And this one I always love. I'm glad I picked it up. I just bought it on a whim, and it was pretty cool. Harvey Thrillers, Giant Size, number 1, The Spirit. I always liked what they, I was talking earlier how artists sometimes incorporate the logo or whatever into the cover. Well, boy, the guys who did Eisner and them did the Spirit. They were like the champions of that. They did that so much, and it was so great. Some of the stuff they did was wicked awesome. So, all right, what else we got back here? Oh, we got some relatively not relatively modern Thunder Agent stuff. I got my Silver Age Thunder Agent stuff right here in this box. Oh, here's another Thunder Agent right here. Might as well show that one. Thunder Agent JCP number 1. It's like a magazine style format, except it's very thin. It's not a thick one. So, and then we got JC Productions Hall of Fame Thunder Agents number 1. And number 2. And this is JC Comics, just plain Thunder Agents. Another number 1. And this is introducing Agent Vulcan in number 2, issue number 2. And then we've got Wally Wood's Thunder Agents. This is from Deluxe Comics, and this is number 1. And I can't remember if these are all reprints or what. I think they are, but I'm not sure. It's been a long time. I mean, I got these back in the 80s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Deluxe Comics, Wally Wood's Thunder Agents number 2. I think maybe the 90s, but I think it was the 80s. And then I did pull some couple of Thunder Agents from Tower Action Series. And this is Thunder Agents number 7 with an emphasis on No Man, which I think was probably my favorite out of them all. I just liked him. He was kind of like a Vision type of character to me, And then this one here, another purple cover, but they put the issue number in white ink, so I can read it. This is number 9 of Thunder Agents as they face off against the Tarantula. So, all right, and then we'll do another little quick round here. Got these through as a duo off of eBay, and this is Jerry Lewis number 104. This was basically the gimme book because the one I wanted is this one right here as part of the Super DC Giant, and this is number S19. So, Jerry Lewis. And like I said, after getting that Western Tales one, number 15, all I need now is the two love books there, which I would love to have, but not gonna afford them, that's for sure. And then the last two books in this grouping, I've got Flash Gordon number 4 by King Comics. Oh, there we go, by King Comics. There we go. Anytime you don't see the King comics too often, but anytime I see them, and like I said, I can afford them, I'll try and pick them up because those are so cool. I never saw King comics on a rack, on a spinner rack, on a mag rack, anywhere. They just were not around my area at all. It might have even been before I even started collecting them. I can't remember. Without opening them up, I didn't put anything on the back. And back to Gold Key, and we talked about I think it was Tom Hippie's Collectibles said Magnus Robot Fighter was one of his favorites. Well, here we go with Magnus Robot Fighter number 18. There we go. So great covers. Great covers. All right, let's dive back into the peanut gallery yet again. All right. Here we go. Shannon's going to have to start trading bottles of bourbon for romance comics. There you go. Hey, whatever works, right? Whatever gets the job done. You know? Werewolf says, wish me luck. I need to watch Cover Slingers. Can I make it to Sam this morning? 5 a.m. this morning. There you go. I'm sorry. To me, the 5 looked like an S. So I'm Sam. Make it to Sam. What? Oh, I'm horrible this morning. Michael Taylor, Doc, you're doing great. You haven't missed any comments. Well, I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. I mean, to me, the comments are that's half the fun. That's half the fun. Sure, we get to show comics and stuff like that, but half the fun is just talking with you guys, seeing what you got to say, playing off of what you say, asking questions. If you got any questions you want to ask them, ask away, because we love the interaction, All right, Jackson Roy Kirk, Laughing Werewolf. It starts 1 hour later for the U.S. because of the time change, so I get a little more time to nap. There you go. And those of you who haven't watched Cover Slingers, I highly recommend it because I watch it whenever I can. I might not always participate in it, but I love to watch it because I see books on there that I've never seen before. But number 2, just the banter between everybody on there is so much fun. Oh man, you get a kick out of it. It's a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, definitely check out Gray Man's channel and definitely check out Cover Slingers. It'll be on today. So check your local listings for time and channel. Always wanted to do that, All right, where am I? Harvey was the first comic my parents would get me, along with my uncle getting me Dell comics. Tarzan back in the 50s. Oh, cool. Wow, Dell was another one that never saw him anywhere in my area. We were in a pretty rural area up here, so we never got to see them. We rarely saw Harvey's. I think there was one store that I know of that had Harvey's in it. So, Dr. Bonchilla, go for it. Werewolf by lunchtime. Yeah, lead paint. Hey, sir, I have that unearthly spectacular. Tried to read it, but it's nuts. Yeah, well, why don't I find that not surprising? But it looks interesting, right? It's just wacky, just some of the wacky stuff. Dr. Bonchilla, ooh, that alarming adventures. Riding the bug cover is a blazer. And oh, shizzle, the Harvey Spirit books. Gasp. I love Dr. Bonchilla. John, you are the best, brother. I love that. I mean, he has changed the lexicon for us with that word blazer. I love it because I know I use it now and again. So I kind of should probably be writing you a like a what do they call it? Uh, Not residuals, but some kind of a check for usage of your term, copyright fee. There you go. Michael Taylor, cool alarming adventures cover, riding the insect. Yeah, dun, dun. Dr. Manchilla. I kind of remember the late 70s, early 80s when the Tower comic titles had a bit of true heat to them. True heat to them. Like something was I see when I hear heat like that, I'm usually thinking pro wrestling, and heat is usually you know what the heels get heat on them, like they get booed or whatever. But I think if I read this correctly, I mean when people use it when they refer to comics, it usually means they were popular or they were hot at the time. I think that's that. I think I'm interpreting that right. Let me know if I'm not, Doctor. Right, Ranger Slide Deluxe Thunder Agents was the closest we got to the level of talent involved in the original series. Cool beans. Thank you very much, Ranger. Flash Gordon, yes, says Hippie. Magnus, yes, sir. We do our best to please our audience here, please the Peanut Gallery. Magnus, Russ Heath's Tarzan of the Future, says Jackson Roykirk. Never heard it called that, but I like it. I like it indeed. Michael Taylor, very cool Flash Gordon cover. I like pterodactyls on covers. Boy, you must like a lot of those war comics in the late 60s. For some reason, they had dinosaurs all over the place on them, and I know they were pterodactyls on some of them. I'll have to dig some of those out. Show some of those on. Dr. Bonchilla, indeed, the King Comics Flash Gordon run was killer. Yes, sir. Werewolf, getting old. Staying up late until 5 a.m. is getting harder. Yeah, I can't do that no more. Man, it's been a long time since I've been able to like pull an all-nighter or something like that. It's just I was a night owl when I was in high school in the 20s, not not in the 1920s. When I was in my teens and 20s, uh, I could stay up all night, watch, record things, watch old horror movies, the whole 9 yards. It was a lot of fun, but then came the 30s, and your body just says, "Hey, how about taking a nap?" And I got to be real fond of naps on Sunday afternoon. Eric Breen says, could someone post a link to Grayman's channel? I keep getting a Ryan Gosling movie when I try to type it in. Grayman, not sure anyone can post links unless they are a mod. Oh, and I don't even know how to do mods or anything like that. That's beyond my capabilities at this current moment. Jackson Roykirk, he's putting it up there. Hopefully that'll help. What is your exact channel name, Grayman? Or, yeah, it's easy to find channels now, mostly. Just put an @ in front of a name. Dr. Bonchilla, indeed, the Tower Comics heat was a reflection of the prices at the time. Okay, now I got you. I thought that's what you meant. I just wanted to make sure I was interpreting it right because, like I said, my first thought when I hear the word heat in a conversation like that is pro wrestling. Oh, somebody's getting heat. That's not good. Uh-oh. Grayman, the war that time forgot. There you go. There's one. Absolutely. And Werewolf is trying to post that as well. Thank you for helping out, Mr. Breen. Werewolf by lunchtime. Sleep now. Wake up early. There you go. Eric Breen found it and subbed. There you go, Gray Man. Jared, hey Jared, welcome aboard, sir. Great to have you with us again this morning. I just got a page of original art from Harvey's Bunny comic, a Mary Boppers, the Bad Space Lady page. Now that just sounds funny. Mary Boppers, the Bad Space Lady page. That's funny. I don't know why I think it's funny, but I just think that's funny. I had 2 naps during the day. Should be okay now, says Werewolf. I understand, man. I'm a big fan of the nap. Big fan. Dr. Bonchilla says, these days, I'm in bed by 8 p.m. and up at 5 p.m. Love the early morning. I find myself doing that more often than sleeping in. I'm usually in bed by 9 o'clock at the latest, and then I'm usually up, 6 or 7 o'clock on Saturdays, or most days right now. If the sun's up, man, it's easier for me to get up because we get the golden sunshine right in our front picture window. So it just illuminates the whole living room, and I love that. Get up, I'll put on some Marty Robbins on YouTube and just listen to that, read some books, check my email and whatnot. All righty. Gray Man, the Gray Man. Eric Breen, thanks, guys. And the Gray Man, cheers. Dr. Vanchilla, for a werewolf, he's got an odd schedule. LOL. That's funny. All right. Let's see. I got another stack here. Where are we looking at the time? So, we're 11 minutes away here. So, let's see. We'll just go through real quick. I just got some Thors. Oh no! You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to show you guys something that I did a while back. I want to know how many of you would watch something like this if it came on your TV. Hold on. Let me put it up here. All right. Hold on a second. Here we go. What do you think? Would you guys watch something like that? I would, man. I love it. When I was creating this whole WSAN Channel 75 world, I was making commercials for shows that I was going to insert in my videos and stuff like that. I've done one of the Spectre. I've done commercials about Western titles and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested and want to see more of them, let me know, because I got a little bit of a stockpile of them, and I'll throw one in every Saturday or so, and share them with you. So, all right. So let's see. We are 10 minutes to go, so I'll show some Thors that I pulled out. Let's see here. We got Special Marvel Edition number 3. Nice square bound, 25 center. Near and dear to Shannon and myself's hearts. And here is King Size Special number 3 of the Mighty Thor, featuring one of my favorite villains, the Gray Gargoyle, who doesn't get enough love as a villain. Another square bound beauty. And I got into some Journey into Mystery. So everybody knows Thor 80, Journey into Mystery 83. So I didn't bring that one out, but I did bring out 84. And number 90. And I have the complete Thor run except for number 87. Is the last Journey into Mystery with Thor that I need. So I just pulled out random ones. So, and then number 94. I like this cover. I just love the perspective on it and everything. Journey into Mystery 101 with Zarko, the Tomorrow Man. Dun, dun, dun. And here's the return of the Grey Gargoyle. Geez, I almost choked on that. The Grey Gargoyle. This is number 107. And if there was a blazer, Dr. Von Chiller, if there was a blazer for me in this Journey into Mystery run with Thor, it's going to be this book right here, number 112. Love it. Love it. Okay, and then we jump way ahead to Thor 193. It's a 25 center, square bound, little special issue. Got Thor taking on Silver Surfer once again. Everybody remembers their classic confrontation from Silver Surfer number 4. That iconic cover that we all love. I think we all love. Here's number 194 from the Bronze Age, a 20 center. Look at that yellow picture frame cover rather, with the red Thor in it. That, tell me this doesn't just pop at you. Awesome, awesome. And the last book I'm going to show is 195, another 20 center. And this one's got just the reverse. Got the red picture frame with the yellow Thor popping out at you. So, but, all righty. So, let's see if there's anything else that I have that I did not get to share with you guys. It looks like I think I went through everything. I still got a couple of did I show? Yeah, I think I showed those last week. I got a couple of Conan treasuries coming in the mail, so hopefully be able to share with you at some point those. I do plan on doing a video on some of these hauls and doing an update on my go-go checks. I know I keep saying that, and I have yet to do it. It's just finding the time to come down here in this frozen tundra and do it. So, but I thank you all for putting up with me this morning. Let's go dive into the peanut gallery one final time. Let's see here. Dr. Manchillo, for a werewolf, he's got it on schedule. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Werewolf says, not many full moons messing up my sleep patterns. Jared, out of the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. I'm telling you, Marty Robbins, man, he's the king of Western ballads for me. I love it. I love it. When I get off of here today, I'm going to go listen to some. I got that Gunfighter Ballads, the red album that he put out. I'm going to go throw that on and listen to that. Dr. Von Chilla, Thor? Where is the immortal number 207? Oh, I don't have it out. Oh, nuts. If I could have gotten to it, I'd have pulled that out for you, Dr. Von Chilla. But you know what? I'll make it a point. If you're here next week, I'm going to make it a point to make sure that gets shown next week. I don't care what theme we're doing. That blazer is going to be up there for you, brother. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dr. Von Chilla was the first person to comment on my first video when my very first YouTube video. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were the first one to comment on it. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's so. He's always been a great supporter, and I thank you for that, John. I really do appreciate it. Hippies Collectibles, Dead Man. Oh, heck yeah, absolutely. Raxon Joykirk. Okay, let's try that again. Jackson Roykirk, nice. Must see comic TV. Love it. I love it. Mastodon, heck yeah, I'd check it out. I'd love a Dead Man series. I mean, really, wouldn't that be so cool to do? You know, I mean, and I would think it'd be easy to do because, I mean, really, his superpower is he can take over people's body. So all you got to do is do some kind of like a halo effect around him, and you could still have the actor, whoever's doing that part that whose body he's jumping into. I mean, I think it would be all right. Can you just imagine that whole arc of the Hook, the guy who actually kills him, and they actually do bring in Batman, like through the Brave and the Bold and the Strange Adventures run of that whole thing in search of the Hook. That would be awesome TV. I'm telling you. Dead Man Lives. Yes, sir, brother. Michael Taylor, I saw that new Batman related show, Gotham Knights, last Tuesday. I enjoyed it. Now that's the one on the CW, right? So I'll have to check it out. I will have to check it out. How do you kill Dead Man? That's once he's dead, man, I think they're a little late to the party. So, Gray Man, I got 114 just recently. Awesome, brother. Great. Congrats on that. Dr. Von Chilla, awesome run of Journey into Mystery. Oh, shizzle. 112. Yeah, I love that one. I love that one. Michael Taylor, very nice Journey into Mystery series. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Hippies Collectibles, 193. Throw 193. One of my faves. Awesome. Great to hear that. Dr. Von Chilla, Silver Surfer guest appearances in the Bronze Age were special events indeed. Yeah, because there weren't a whole lot of those going on. There weren't a whole lot of guest appearances up until Wolverine got hot. So it was a big deal when heroes crossed over into each other's books, So, all right. Michael Taylor says, thanks, Doc. Had a blast as always. Thank you very much, Michael. I greatly appreciate your support and having you guys here every Saturday morning. Mastodon says, great show this morning, Doc. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you. Absolutely. Everyone have a great weekend. Lead Paint, great show, Doc. Have a good week, my friend. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Great show. Thanks, Rod. Thank you, Jambo. And let me tell you guys, I mean, I thank you for all the nice comments and everything. But if you think this is a great show, it's going to be twice as good when my partner gets back here next week, and we can do this together again. We like to tag team it Saturday morning. Yes, sir. Dr. Von Chilla, yeah, that was me. Proud as a peacock I am. There you go. And great show, great chat. Hope to see you all next week. Thank you. Thank you, John. I greatly appreciate it. So, all right, quickly run through the last two. Yes, Doc. All righty. Yes, CW. Yeah. I'm going to check that out. Thank you for that. Jackson Roykirk, thank you for the show, Doctor. Have a great weekend, everyone. And Mr. Eric Breen, another great show. I thank you, sir. The professor, I tip my hat to you. And Dr. Von Chilla, please don't speak the names of Silver Surfer and Wolverine in the same sentence. I'm sorry. I bow down to you because I agree. I agree. All right. I'm going to end this show. We're going to put on this week's channel of the week, community channel of the week. It's Mark Walters. If you haven't checked his channel out, please do. I'm going to show that video for you right now. And if you get a chance, definitely go check him out, sub him up. I think he's got 252 subs, deserves a lot more than that. So definitely check him out. Does a great job with hauls and everything. So until next week, everybody, have a great week. Hope you all enjoy the week. Buy some comics, read some comics. And then come Saturday morning, share those comics with yours truly and Shannon, because we would love, love, love to hear you guys and what you're reading, what you love, everything. So thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate you guys in the Peanut Gallery. Couldn't do this without you. Okay. So really appreciate it. All right. So till next week, 6 to an even, over and out. Take care, everybody.